Yo, nah, that's too early. So we just how we be chopping up. I got you. Nah, this how we do. We do. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, welcome back to Irv and Co. Irv and Co. Irv and Co. If you're looking for a podcast, here you go. Irv and Co. Irv and Co. If you're looking for a podcast, here you go. South Florida's very own traveling podcast, getting to know our community one business at a time. Yo, this your boy Irv and my co-host Amanda. Say what's happening to the people, Amanda.
Woo woo, what up, what up, what up?
What's happening, man? Uh, Irv and Co is a podcast trying to get to know our community, trying to find them gems out here. And when we have a guest, we definitely let the guests speak that talk. But right now it's just the two of us, and we're gonna talk that talk between the two of us. Um, Amanda, how you been? How you been? How you been?
I've been good, staying healthy. I am glad that get to see another day, to be
That's what's up.
honest.
It's definitely with this pandemic. It's a blessing to be alive. That's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and hopefully a lot of people out there thriving. I'm hearing a lot of successful business stories, and a lot of good things going on with a lot of people. A lot of people finding a way to thrive during this pandemic. So it's definitely a blessing to be alive and a blessing to be a creative, I'll say, and find ways to make it happen. Because a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people are thriving. So it just depends on what side you're on. Um, but we ain't gonna talk about. Well, we just talked about it. What we got for you today is, we're not gonna be before you too long. Um, but I say, Irv and Co is definitely talking about a community. So what we want to talk about today is um, college debt. Hmm. College debt. Is it worth it to go through 4 years of schooling, maybe 2 years of a master's program, to get that $50,000 a year job after you done put in $200,000 in college debt, um, or more or less? It definitely varies, and I think between the two of us, this is where our dynamic comes and play because Irv, myself, the college dropout. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but it happened. Like, that was my path. And Amanda, the college graduate, that was her path. So we definitely have, I don't want to say different views, but we definitely have a view on college and the benefits and the significance of paying those debts or those amounts, and if it's beneficial in your life or is it not. So Amanda, tell the people what your experience is versus your experience with college versus if it's beneficial to you, or you was like, yeah, I could have done this as a different way. Like, let the people know what you think.
Well, I will say this, that going to college is definitely an investment on yourself, and you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. When I was going into college, I honestly did not do the research, and I went the route of like, oh, the alumni went here, this, and they had this opportunity, and so on and so forth. But I didn't take into account myself. I'm Black and I'm an artist going into an
You
art
black?
school.
I didn't even notice.
Wow. Anywho, so I'm a Black artist going into an art school. A dominantly um, white,
Predominantly.
yes, white and Asian population in the school. So I didn't think how small I was in my college and how it would be a lot difficult for me after college as well. So that was my one thing that I didn't pinpoint when I was going into college. Um, Besides from that, debt, what's available to you, what you can, what can you apply for. Then then have that into, keep that in account. And I again, I blame myself for that. However, um, being that I was going to be in two houses worth of debt, here in Miami, paying them off for a school that I went to in out of state in New York. Um, it's quite difficult. However, I'm finding new ways to be creative in how to keep myself afloat and also stay true to myself as an artist. Um, so
Well,
that's
hold
what.
on. I got a quick question for you. You said you didn't know that it would be the debt would be like this when you first went in. Didn't they like explain to you what the price was or what the fees were for everything, or was there like surprises for you as you went through
Yeah,
with the college
They
career?
did say what the fee was, what's this gonna do, what you can expect. However, they did not tell me or tell me in sight or the process that you can do it while you're doing it in school, like pay it back while you're doing it in school. That's one thing that I'm sad that they didn't tell me. What are my options in terms of like staying, well, not staying afloat, but just like what are my options in terms of like me as a student, what I can do to lower that debt, because not a lot of people realize that um, interest, you don't count for interest or um pay while you're in school,
Mm,
pay back your loans while you're in school.
mm,
But you have the option to do that. um and of course, each entire day that you're in school, interest accrues. So you can pay off interest while you're in school, so that when you're get out of school, or you have those, that golden gap, you're able to have like a starting, before you actually, like, a starting point basically is what I'm saying, um to those debts. And I found that out way too late. Like, um I used to be a school counselor for Kaiser University. A lot of people probably had phone calls from them, in terms of like their virtual schooling and stuff like that. But I found out like 2 years after, and I'd been in this position of an admissions counselor, that you could have done that, or this could have been done. You could have paid it off this way. That, like, there was a plan to lower your debt, but I didn't know that at all. Like, I was
what
figuring out and everything, doing
what
parent plus
this?
loans and everything.
Tell me this though. Do you feel like what all you went through with the amount of money that you spent, was it worth it? Like in hindsight, do you feel like the education that you got was worth the amount of money that you paid?
I think it was in a way, because I was able to grow and learn from my mistakes and failures, and meet and network with a lot of people. Um, Even though it's expensive that you have to meet these kind of individuals during college, but I was able to network and be able to put value into my pipeline, so that if I really do want to collaborate, or get in touch with something, or I need something, I had that connection through college. So that's one thing. Your professors was another. Um, my only gripe about the professors is that I was paying these people, but I didn't have a relation to them. Um, they didn't look like me, and
Mm,
they didn't go through the exact same struggles. How am I supposed to know what after college I'm going to go through XYZ, do push myself like past the limits, um, before I even get a job that somebody else who my white counterpart could have gotten it just right away, you know?
Yeah. But tell me this though, like, what do you feel like you've learned that you couldn't like you learned from that school that you couldn't learn from else? Because I do agree when you say the networking is definitely beneficial. That I think that's if there's nothing else to going to college, it's definitely networking because you make bonds with different people. But aside from that, what do you think is a benefit um, that you couldn't have gotten anywhere else from going to college?
A benefit. Um, Growing personally, I
But wouldn't
think
you
I
have
would
done that anyway though? Like is in time. What if you would have stayed home? If you would have stayed home and worked, you would have grown personally because you were evolving. Like that's what you do.
person. No, not at all.
No, you
Mm-mm.
don't think so?
My ethic and the art world would have been very limited and very, and I wouldn't feel challenged.
Okay.
Um, that's another thing too. Um, I think that's the main thing that I gained from it, from through college, and wisdom too, from professionals in the field. I would have never gotten that if I would have stayed here, um, and did it myself. Like, how would I know what the world is, how it works? How would I know art scene in Georgia? What are the reviews? Who's known there? Who knows the spots over there? You know.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's one thing that going to college helped me grow, in that aspect. Um, yeah, staying here, I would have been limited to the resources or the things that was available to me. So definitely I would say thank you to that college, I guess.
Well, no. All right. So I'll say this. Like I agree with you to an extent because for you, you knew you wanted to be an artist. I
Mhm.
think you went in with a specialty degree. Like I think for like those general degrees like business administration, business management, like those are all good degrees, but it's not. It's so vague and so open to where like it's hard. In my opinion, it's still hard to get a job because like for myself, I was doing business management. I was doing business administration. Like those were like my two courses that I was flipping, going back and forth. I was working on my associates for business management and my bachelor's for business administration. So it's like, again, I was doing it just because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I felt like
Mhm.
for me, it was a waste because I'm still uncertain of what I wanted to do outside of school. So that's why, in my opinion, it wasn't worth it. Now, did I learn a lot of things? Of course. I mean, I read those books that was necessary for class. And I did network with a couple people while I was in school. But I feel like I learned so much after I was in school that put me in a different path that I wasn't like entrepreneurship is definitely not something I was thinking about when I was in high school or in college. But I would say that it definitely put me in a sense of I felt like not say belonging, but just like yo, I could do more. So um, I feel like college does that to an extent. Like you feel like you could do more, or it makes you want to do more. But I don't think the money of if you don't know um, what you got to do. I don't know if that really is something that if you don't know what you want to do, I don't think that's the best thing for you. If you have a specialty degree, I think that's good for you. Or if you had, I think for me, um, okay, I feel like if you have like say for example, like I could see young kids that don't know what they want to do. I say send them to a vocational school, let them get a trade, like cause that's like you're gonna get bang for your buck like right away, like and the money isn't gonna be crazy. So um, all right, that's my take on it. Um, So okay, all right. So that's my take on that. That's our take on if it's college is beneficial or not. You heard it from Irv, from Amanda, from her with her degree, and myself with my my college dropout. I mean, I was 2 years in. I think I was one semester away from actually getting my associates, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Um, I'm just like, it's not for me. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So, but yeah, this will be a quick episode. We just want to give y'all a quick snippet about what some other things that we got going on, what was on our mind at the time. So check out some of our previous episodes and check out what we got coming up. And tell a friend that we got a podcast. It's called Irv and Co. Irv and Co. If you're looking for a podcast, here you go. Irv and Co. Irv and Co. If you're looking for a podcast, here you go. Yeah. Y'all be safe and y'all stay dangerous out there for sure.